Hi, my name's John Wright, and you know what I'm going to talk about tonight? I'm going to talk about things, of course, because I'm John Wright, and my dad was this legendary D.B. Cooper guy over here. Matter of fact, here's a picture of me and my dad. I would think that I'll even bring it real close so everybody could see that there's a real good likeness that that's my dad, considering that's the FBI sketch from the D.B. Cooper crime. That was the first one done by the woman that sat next to my dad. So anyway, um, let's see. The gold mine in Nevada, them taking it. Oh, they took my wife out. You know what they did was when Patty and Brian came down from Nevada after me and my wife had got there, started running around about the time I found that gold mine, and I had um, gold in my fish tank. You know, my next door neighbor was Dave. Dave got me jobs with Dean Sherwood, a builder there too at Custom Homes. But I was out looking for stuff. Matter of fact, I even found uranium when I was out there one day. I thought, and it wasn't high level. It had it was uranium with background radioactivity to it, so it was the real deal. Because I went to the Bureau of Land Management, and they took out a Geiger counter and they showed me that it was the real deal. It was really radioactive, and they said it was safe. There was nothing wrong with it. I could take it home. No big deal. And I took it home, and I took it. And I handed it to Dave, and Dave's a little. Dave's like. I said, "Do you know what that is, Dave?" He says, "I don't know." I says, "I don't know what that is." I said, "Well, that's what I just said it was." And he just goes, "Oh, Jesus, why did you don't do that to me?" Because it was radioactive, and it was really funny too, by the way. How people will overreact to some things, like this here gold mine and stuff. My brother went just by seeing what I had in there, he went nuts. By the way, I seen gold before because the first time that I had found gold was when I was in the 10th grade, and I brought gold to school to Betty Willman's class so I could pass my science class that had that little silences golden big paddle that was sitting up there at the board. It looked like a monkey bat, what they call the monkey bat down there in the office that they give you swats with. But this is one that said silence is golden, and my brother built it for Betty Willman's class, and here I gotta look at that every day as a reinforcement to keep my goddamn mouth shut. You know, So anyway, down in Nevada, after I got down there and me and Karina started getting established and stuff, Jerry started coming around, and I will tell you what. I mean, when I start talking about things, I start remembering things, and it's nice to document everything as it comes out, as it rolls out of my mouth, too, by the way, because I think that's the best way of collecting evidence. So now, after Patty and Brian came down there, they came down there and they decided they wanted to take a tour of the whole area. And, I'm busy and I'm working over there at that school. So they've got Karina that I have taken out to Tuscarora, which is a ghost town, and Jarbidge is the one that's down in the valley where I would personally like to live. I've even told Karina I wouldn't mind living in Jarbidge because there's nobody around. The in town there's only like 4 or 5 people that stay in the town over winter. I was thinking about putting a little bowling alley down there, maybe a 4-lane bowling alley, and just having a nice little bar and having that gold mine over there. And if people wanted to live right there in my little town, we'd have supplies and stuff, and you could go work at that gold mine that was a lot closer to that town than it is to Elko, Nevada, by the way I look at things and the way that I travel to work. By the way, I'm considering I'm going to be working here at this gold mine in the future. that I'm looking at and I'm developing. So anyway, what they did was when Brian and them came down, they went on a tour and they took my wife and Jan's wife, Jan, and Patty and Karina was in the back of that vehicle, and man, I'm telling you, I don't know, maybe some lesbian action actually happened. To be honest with you, they were out of my sight. Brian and Jerry and the three girls was together, and from what I understand from Jerry, he's kinky, whatever now, like that. My wife was so burnt. I mean, when I say that, like her body was exposed to the sun for so long, and she had baby oil on her body. Matter of fact, I seen them once during the day. I seen them come by, and I seen my wife and them. They were in the back of that blue Datsun pickup truck, and she was just covered in baby oil. And I looked right at her and I said, "Hey, Karina, honey," I said, "you're gonna burn." I said, "You've got baby oil all over your body," and I said, "You are gonna fry like a piece of bacon out in the sun here in Nevada." And I tell you what, she came home like a lobster. And I had to take care of that woman. I got her soaking in baking soda and water, or I got her to, what I did was I didn't have a bathtub. I used towels and stuff, and I put it on her body, and I kept taking it and changing the towels and stuff because, real soon the towel would get warm and stuff to her. It was drawing the heat out of it. And the next day after she made it through the night, she told me, she said, "Thank you, John. Thank you for taking care of me." Jesus Christ, she's my wife. I taken an oath to take care of this woman. But at the same time, my wife was being poisoned by my goddamn family. You know, After they went out and they took their tour and stuff, I'm really sure that that's how Jerry found out the exact location of that gold mine. Then Jim, my brother Jim, came down during one of the women's deaths, and it wasn't the one of the women that I had mentioned over here, Megan or Monica Anderson, but this one was found on Highway 12 right there on the opposite way that you turn to Jim's house, and it's on June 19th. June's the same month Jim's birthday and my dad is, matter of fact. 19th is 9 and 1 is 10, and then you got 9 and 1 is 10, and then you got 9 and 1 is 10. So you got 20 and you got 10, you got 30. And it's weird how they count numbers and stuff, but this is what I see in this. And I also see that, there's some similar things that I see. Now over here you have the Monica Anderson. Now Monica Anderson, my brother Jim took me to the river and showed me where he found this here woman right here. This Monica Anderson, but there was another woman, and I don't know her name offhand, but she was found over a guardrail down there in by Toledo, I believe. And that there's like yin and yang and around my brother Jim's house and stuff, and that brought it to my attention when I started looking back at this. My brother Jim came to Nevada and caused such a commotion down there. He wanted to take my wife back to Washington. She's homesick. She was working at Burger King. She took time off. She ended up going to Washington. I couldn't sit there and go, "They murdered my best friend, Karina," because I can't tell my wife this. I'm browbeaten by the family. So my wife doesn't know that they've murdered my best friend. That she may have heard that my best friend got killed, but I don't know if she even got told by me. I won't tell my wife like that to put it on her heart because I carried enough for my own. So down there in Nevada, when my brother Jim's acting out and stuff, he's sitting there giving me the goddamn evil eye and stuff. They're fucking playing their game. They take my wife. He ends up, they Like they were all outnumbering me to get her to ride back with them to Washington. You know, when she went up there, that's when Donna, the girl from Burger King, told me, your wife's going to Washington and she's going to be fucking Joe Eastep when she's up there. Well, I heard Joe Eastep before, so there's no reason why I wouldn't believe Donna. And after my brother Jim did the stuff that she had done, maybe she told Donna that she was going to get out of this goddamn relationship in this family, and that's what she was going to do because Donna wanted to fucking take me up because my wife was just about ready to become my ex-wife, and Donna came over with a half gram of cocaine, and she did a half gram of cocaine with me, and she laid me, and boy, I'll tell you what, she was fucking great sex compared to my wife. I mean, holy smack. I mean, I could have loved Donna, you know, more than my wife because, boy, I'll tell you what, she gave me fantasy sex, and also she told me my wife was going to have sex with another man, so it really worked out too, to be honest with you. And I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. But that's when they found out about that gold mine, I'm very sure. I thought, you know, they used satellite analyzation because that guy said we're gonna have that, and Jerry was there, and Jerry delivered on it. As far as and I do believe that, you know, I am due what's owed to me from that gold mine ethically, or, you know, if they don't pay it up, I will say that I will make it known though. Because I was there, I could prove I was there at that town. I could prove the things that I'm saying, and why would I know that they have these things? And Bull Run's connected to Elko, Nevada's Freeport Gold. I mean, I know too much information for me not to know something about it. And my stepdad was the Clampers, a Republican Party clamper, the president of it, and he had relations with Freeport Gold after the fact that he left there, because he left there and he got awarded a pension because he actually got sprayed with something that messed up his lungs. He had lung capacity problems and stuff. He had to take prednisone for his breathing and stuff prior to his death, and I tended to him just as well as I tended to my own dad, George L. Wright, and Malin P. Kent. I took care of both my stepdad and my real dad till their death. You know, so if somebody would say something like John's not a caring person and stuff like this, they're absolutely wrong. Anyway, that's my time, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk more in 13 minutes. I'm out of here, and I'll see you in a while. My name's John Wright, and I try to do the best I can every day. You know what I say? I say probably things like John F. Kennedy would say. Hey, don't ask your government what they could do for you. Ask what you could do for your government. And I'll tell you what, backbiting little narcs that calls up and uses the cops against honest people like that, check it out, because the little Republican weirdos do exactly that very thing. They use the cops against people. It's just like my family would cause a bunch of commotion, and then, now if I called the cop, whoa, they'd turn it all on me, and I would get arrested. I know how their goddamn game works. 14 minutes and I'm out of here. My name's John Wright, and don't get arrested by doing something stupid. Just because I do stuff like this don't mean you should.